Hello, today I thought I would make a little video showing what I've been doing in the studio recently, which is bowing drum cymbals and turning them into their own instruments. More, creating it so it's more than just a bowed cymbal, turning them into pads, basses, things like that. You may have seen I did a video similar to this on a YouTube short, which was, I think I sampled an ocarina. That was in much more detail than what this is going to be. This is going to be quite basic, but I'm having a lot of fun with it, so I thought I'd show you. The cymbal is a pasty Swiss Alpha Crash 18-inch from the good old days of being in a band. This is a pretty ruined cymbal at the moment, and it was when I got it, actually. It got delivered bent, as you can see. And now it's got loads of cracks in it. See if I can show you those. You can see the cracks within the holes of the cymbal. So, not ideal for a perfect studio scenario, but for me, making weird atonal horror stuff and sampling is quite nice. So I think the cracks add some, odd resonances. I've also been playing around with putting a splash cymbal on top upside down, and that becomes its own sort of resonator, which is quite fun. But I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to show you what I've been doing. So the way I'm going to be sampling it is with just a cheap little contact microphone. I think it gets a good signal. We're going to go direct into the DAW, and let's show you that now. I'm going to be using a template from Field Tone Audio called Frame. I've been having a lot of fun with it recently, and I'll show you why I'm doing that in here later on, so you get the idea. So we want an audio track. I'm going to go into 1 and 2. Now the contact microphone is mono, but I have a microcosm pedal going into 1 and 2, so it turns it stereo. So I'm going to go through that, but the effect is going to be bypassed. Okay, time to sample. Okay, so we've got the contact microphone set up, and now we're going to go and record this. I'll take a few takes and we'll see how it goes. I'm just going to change the placement of the contact microphone, which will obviously change the sound. I think holding the bell of the cymbal actually helps get a good recording. Okay, so here we have our recordings. I said I was just going to do one. I got a little carried away. Like I said, it's quite fun to do. So I'm going to have a listen, pick out which one I think we should throw into a sampler and play about with it. So I really like that one, so let's take that. And then usually before this, I just want to throw, there's going to be so much, all this is just rumble. It's not something I want in the sample. I think that's F sharp. Okay, so now I'm going to bounce that in place, and then let's open the sampler. but that's F sharp 6, my bad. F sharp 5. Then we can change the range. So all I'm doing here is finding a nice start and end point. The problem here is it ends. What if I want to hold it as a drone? So I can add a loop. And make sure we fade. Like I said, it's not going to be perfect. This is pretty basic. And if I was feeling a bit more precious about it, I'd put a lot more time in. But it's fun. So let's just play around, because now the fun part is adding all the effects. I mean, even playing it lower. And what now might be fun is in the synth section we can play around with the pitch. Play with some filters. I haven't done a bandpass filter on this yet. Can also pitch it down. Now already, you know, the sample has a long attack. I might want to do this. And then I can play with the amp envelope. So if I was to turn this into a pad, probably something like that. Okay, now the fun part is plugins like Soundtoys Effects Rack, which are, you know, all of Soundtoys plugins in this fun form factor that can even just starting with the presets. I think I did a resonator one. This was really fun last time. And that's one sample, so let's have a listen to some others. I've not played with reverse or alternating on the loop points, so let's give this a go. Another similar to Effects Rack plugin is Heaviosity's Vast, which is my go-to. I love this one. Let's just try the reverb. Now let me show you what is really cool about this template from Field Tone. There are already buses set up, as you can see. So I think I want definitely flutters. And the template's already set up, so you've got areas to print them, which is just down here. So we did that, and was it keys delay? Okay, the benefit of recording this is still going, which is crazy, is this tape processing section is so fun to play with. Let's do the same with the delay. Okay, the final one to play around with. I said I wasn't going to have any effects from the microcosm. It's not something I usually do, but I thought, why not turn it on and see how it sounds going into the sampler and then doing all this. So let's do that. It's so much fun. I love doing this. It's not really like building an instrument, it's just exploring and being like, damn, that sounds cool. That sounds cool. You know, and surprise, you know, you're using good effects and amazing reverbs. So that is what I've been doing recently. It's been so much fun. And that's just one cymbal. I do have a bag full, you know, and then they can be combined. There's so many possibilities on how you can get one sample sounding so different and, you know, being a really fun, unique instrument, which is great when combined with, you know, all the sample libraries and effects we have access to. I tried this out yesterday just to see if the video had any legs, so to speak, and I was using the same frame template that I've just shown. I ended up sparking so many ideas, I ended up creating a track, so I thought it'd be fun to share that with you. If you don't want to stick around, don't, that's fine. Let me know what you think. If you've been sampling any stuff and trying this out, what that's been like. I chose Logic Sampler just because it's easy within Logic to just drag and drop. I have previously been doing Contacts, which has been fun. I'm yet to dive into Decent Sampler, but maybe that's something in the future for me. But yeah, let me know what you think. Enjoy. So, as I just mentioned, I was trying this out yesterday and it sparked a bunch of ideas in Frame and I ended up creating a full track, which I think I'm gonna have as the opening to my next EP, which is coming out soon. I'll just show you what I did. So as you can see, here is the recording. This is what was taken and then put into the sampler. And I'll just play it back. I'm only now just realizing I've not even set up a loop on this. It's just as is. It's going through Decapitator and then effects rack with this preset that I didn't even change. I just thought it sounded cool, which is the most important thing. So listen to that on its own. I then put that through the pad reverb and flutters, which we've seen what it can do earlier. So the pad reverb. Pretty basic. The flutters. Let me turn all this off so you can hear what it was actually doing. Actually, I think I realised that is a copy of this. That is not flutters. I think I just have flutters also going. See, I didn't even know what I did. But let's hear it all together. Let's just hear with the tape processing in this. I'll just do that so we can see everything. So I thought it gave it like a cool... It's a cool tone, but I also think it's a cool opening for a EP or a film. So I'll just play you the whole track. Like I said, enjoy and let me know what you think of this video. Thanks for sticking around if you made it this far. Yeah, enjoy.